What's wrong with football or soccer? For the purposes of this video, I will refer to the game of soccer as football. Now it's time to get something straight. Football is a beautiful game, an exciting game, but when that game is tainted with all kinds of foul fakery, flopping, diving, rolling on the ground, covering your face, crying when you were hit in the leg, and then suddenly getting right back up a second later, running around as if nothing happened, WTF. I don't know if it's a European thing, but come on, seriously? You've accepted and allowed this kind of nonsense for how many decades? Unbelievable. No other major sport has as much flopping and fakery as football. I'm surprised football players don't go into acting after their careers are all said and done. It wouldn't be a big jump, really.
And you wonder why Americans like me disrespect your sport, soccer. Look at this child. It's not a man, it's a child. Copa do Brazil. Pretends he was hurt. What a damn joke. He wasn't even touched. He wasn't even touched. And you want to compare soccer to American football?
Maybe it's because I'm a Canadian and we are taught such things as values, character, humility, honor, and having heart when you play sports. Nobody is perfect in our sport of hockey, but very rarely are there players who flop and fake injuries 10 times a game. It might happen once or twice in an entire month for the entire league. So what I'm getting at is this. Most football fans are very touchy about adding any changes to the game, or in this case, VAR. It should be used to catch all the fakery going on and bring it almost to a complete halt. The reality is, VAR will and should clean up the game, and we'll end up seeing a higher quality brand of football with honorable players trying to win by their hard work and talent, and not by trying to draw fouls, cards, and penalties. And on the topic of penalty kicks, I can't believe nobody really talks about it that much. The punishment does not fit the crime. What do I mean? Well, in football, games average only around 2 to 3 goals. That's not a lot of goals. So when a penalty kick is given, you potentially are giving that team a huge advantage, almost a guarantee that they're going to win the game in comparison to any other major sport. In basketball, for example, teams can score as low as the high 60s and over 120 points per game. So if you give up a foul and they score 2 free throws on you, that's not a big deal. Teams can easily come back from 2 free throws. Since one football goal is equivalent to about 33% or 1/3 of the average, let's say, that would be the equivalent of giving a basketball team 20 to 25 free throws from one foul. Now it's still possible to come back down 20 to 25 points, but not likely. It's heavily in favor of the team that gets the penalty. Even in hockey, we score more goals on average than football. So if a penalty shot is given, it's still less difficult for a hockey team to come back from 1 goal deficit versus a football team. Not to mention in hockey, penalty shots score at a rate of about 35%. That means 65% of the penalty shots end up as saves, no goals. But in football, penalty kicks result in goals 75% of the time. So not only are football goals much heavier goal for goal in their impact of the game, but the rate at which they can score on the penalty is much higher. Now what I would suggest is this. Now that we have VAR in the game, we need to do something like what hockey or American football is doing. Allow each team to have a limited amount of VAR challenges at their disposal. Let's say the number is 3 VAR challenges per game. If there's a situation where a free kick is given in a very dangerous spot on a play that looked like a fake dive or a flop, then you can challenge that. If VAR concludes that it was indeed a fake foul, then the play is overturned, ball given back to you, and the opposing player who put on that fake show gets carded, a yellow card or a red if it's already his second yellow. Also, since the team that challenged got it correct, they don't lose that challenge. They still have 3 VAR challenges intact. But if the VAR concludes it indeed was a real foul, then the team that challenged loses that 1 VAR challenge and have only 2 remaining for the rest of the game. I think this is the best way to ensure proper use of VAR and to curtail the amount of fakery, fake acting, and flopping that goes on in football. And now that the players know that they can get challenged on it and potentially get yellow carded or even red carded if they are already on 1 card, I think you're going to see people think twice about putting on an act. That's my idea. Problem solved. Let's make it simple. I don't know why they didn't think of this. I don't know why they haven't implemented this yet, but let's get it done. Tell me what you think. Put your comments in down below. Like and subscribe. Share this video if you thought it was interesting. Until next time, that's it.